Well, we have a lot of great speakers today, and the next one you'll know from a lot of different ways. From seeing her on TV as she challenged the president as he's giving press conferences, as she stands up in the halls of Congress to let the members of Congress know what people around the world are thinking about many of their decisions. The co-founder of Code Pink Women for Peace and author of Drones and Saudi Arabia, the Kingdom of the Unjust. Please welcome Madea Benjamin.
Thank you, and it's so wonderful to spend the day after Memorial Day with the Veterans for Peace, who understand that one of the worst things about this country is the glorification of the military, the glorification of war, and what we need to do and what you all do as Veterans for Peace is glorify peace, glorify the peacemakers. And when we got this crazy guy in the White House, raise your hand if you're so embarrassed by having this guy represent us and how it makes us feel the world is looking at us like you, the American people, do. We have this crazy guy in the White House who's got his hand on the nuclear button. We've got a guy in the White House who, when we talk about the business of this country being the business of war, just comes back from Saudi Arabia, where he is so happy that he made a great deal selling $110 billion to the most repressive, misogynist, intolerant, extremist country in the world, the country responsible for spreading the Wahhabist ideology that is the basis of Al-Qaeda, that is the basis of ISIS. And he comes home and says, great job I did. Just sold him $110 billion that is supposed to mushroom to over $300 billion worth of weapons in the next 10 years. And what are those weapons used for? Crushing internal dissent like the Shia minority, crushing democratic uprisings in neighboring countries like Bahrain, and worst of all right now for the last 2.5 years, daily bombing of neighboring Yemen that have turned this very poor country into an absolute catastrophe where every 10 minutes there is a child dying from the effects of war. This is our weapons. Obama sold weapons too. Thank you for bringing that up. Obama sold a lot of those weapons. We opposed him and his sale of weapons. But at least at the end of his administration, he started to see what those weapons were doing. And he put a halt on some of them, and he pulled back some of the support for the Saudis. Then comes in Trump, and he just turns it all on. He increases the weapons sales, he increases the support for the bombings, and he's about to give a green light to the invasion of the only port where the majority of the humanitarian aid comes in, and that's Hudaida, which will lead to a full-blown famine in Yemen. What can we do now? We can contact our Congress people. They were silent for the 42 weapons deals that Obama did, but we have now a chance to ramp up the opposition, and we've got to do that. So please join with us, Veterans for Peace, Code Pink, World Beyond War, Just Foreign Policy, and all these groups that are coming together to say no to the weapons sales to Saudi Arabia, just as we want to say no to weapons sales to all repressive regimes that the U.S. is supplying with weapons. So thank you for the chance to be here today. Thank you for your unending work to bring peace to this United States and peace to the planet. Thank you.